Hey guys, I almost didn't make this video today. I wasn't really feeling like it, but I'm a man of my word, so hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Forgive my hair, I'm doing my weekly beauty treatment. What do you think? I look fabulous? Oh, I'm glad. I'm so happy to see you guys. Anyway, my I kind of gave you guys a general story about my childhood because it was a good one. But like I said, sometimes I just wish my mother and father would have taught me more. I was allowed to speak my mind and say, my mother's like, let them express themselves. Don't teach them any way to, don't limit them. But you need to guide your children in what comes out of their mouth. I'm 55 years old. Obviously, I try to take care of my skin because my wife has taught me the value of taking care of yourself. I do a mask like this once a week. I use a lot of collagen products, skin tightening products. I have a mask that I wear that has little light emitting diodes all over it, and you put it on your face and you turn it on. I go through 2 sessions of that every single morning. So that's what this is. This is just a mask my wife got for me to wear for the few minutes. You know, like I was saying, my mom never limited me. My dad never limited me in what came out of my mouth. And so, I mean, once in a while, I might say something a little bit extreme. Like one time, this lady, I was going through puberty, and there was this Latina lady named, what was her name? Rhonda McClary. She was married to a fellow boater at the lake. And she was always like being nice to me. And I was like 15, you know? And I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I didn't do anything really bad. I just touched her leg. And I was like, you have nice legs. And I didn't know any better. And now, after that, I got in trouble. I don't get in trouble. My mother pulled me aside. She's like, Joe, what did you do to Rhonda? I don't know. Honestly, nothing. She's like, she said you touched her leg. And I said, yeah, I touched her leg. And she's like, don't ever do that again. I didn't know any better. I was a 15-year-old kid going through puberty. I didn't know. She was just really pretty. She was Latina, or Mexicana. You know, apparently people have been interracial longer than you'd think. Tim and Rhonda are probably still together. Tim McClary had a Chris Kraft. He had a dog named Thumper, and Thumper was amazing. He could throw something out into the middle of the lake, and Thumper somehow could swim to the middle of the lake, jump down into the water. He'd be gone for a few seconds, come back up with whatever it was. Anyway, that's irrelevant. But I learned because I was embarrassed and mortified. But I didn't know any better. And sometimes I'm trying to, like my wife and I'm trying to pay bills, fix the one vehicle we have left, and put money away for a leasing program that I'm trying to get into. It requires a down payment. There's 3 different levels, and I'm trying to get into the top level, so I pretty much can have whatever we want. And the payments are all between $300 and $400 a month, but depending on how much money you put into the leasing program, you have more options available to start off with, and they don't look at credit. I'm rebuilding my credit. My credit isn't the greatest because I was a stupid kid, and I'm still paying the lesson. There's the 7-year, your credit gets it's bull crap. That's not true. Bad credit stays with you forever, kids. It stays with you forever. Anyway, I'm sitting here trying to watch our electricity consumption. I use Payless because I'm able to regulate how much electricity I use on a daily basis. So like the day before, I'll go, okay, I left this on, I left that on, and I left this on. And then I'll turn it off and see what the difference is. And if your kilowatt usage per hour is like 40 kilowatts, you're looking at a $200 to $300 electric bill. And a couple of days last week, we had 40 kilowatt hours, and I turned off the strip lights, and it went down to 20. So for whatever reason, strip lights use up a lot of electricity. And I didn't stop my wife from using those things. I wanted her to enjoy those things. My wife's a pretty girl. She needs to enjoy the pretty things in life. I want her to have those things. But I turned off I just turned them off when it doesn't look like she's in the. If she's, it doesn't look like she's in the living room enjoying them, or if there's nobody in there, I'll shut them off. And she's like, "Why are you always shutting off the strip lights?" And I said, "Because it affects the electric bill." And she's like, "How do you know?" I said, "Because I paid the electric bill." And for whatever reason, however I said it or whatever, she was mad at me all day, and I probably deserved it. But I don't always know how to explain myself in a way where I don't come across as an ass. And she was upset with me, and then she was like, "I have a relationship with a marketing executive at Amazon, and I get to periodically try out products. My wife, she checks out the wigs for a company on Amazon, and she's like, oh, they're not let Trisha know anything. I don't want any lights or electricity things or anything because I don't want to use up the electricity." And I was like, once my wife is pissed at me, she doesn't know how to listen. And I get it. You can get so mad at somebody that you don't listen very well. And I felt terrible for that. I really did. I just wish I could have gone back and seen how I said it and said it differently. Basically, with Payless electricity, it's like when you start off with the company by putting a certain amount of money down with them. It's like $75 deposit to start off with, and then you pay to keep your lights on on a daily basis. When it gets down to a certain level, you put more money in there. They're fair compared to everyone else. The reason I like them is because I'm able to be self-disciplined. I can see how much because it gives you every day I get a text message that tells me how much electricity I used the day before. So I've actually saved money with a slightly higher electrical company because I know exactly how much I'm using, and I'm able to turn things off instead of just taking it for granted and leaving everything on all the time. But I didn't get a chance to explain that, and she got pissed off at me. I guess when I'm sorry to be so serious, and I'm not. Yesterday was one of my better videos, and it was unscripted. I just winged it, and it was one of my better ones. But I take full responsibility for what happened yesterday, and I just didn't know how to. Like I said, I'm still learning how to express myself and say things in a way that doesn't upset my wife. She had a very good, disciplined upbringing. Kids out there, if you have, I don't really make these videos for kids for a couple of reasons. First of all, because this stuff's really kind of mature content that you wouldn't be able to relate to. And second of all, because if I make it for kids, then nobody can comment on it. And I want you guys to have freedom to do that. Panama Jack, sunglasses representative, reached out to me. He's one of my subscribers. He's one of the 12. And he said that I'm hilarious, and he really likes my wife's shorts. My wife does shorts on this channel. Probably 90% of the shorts that are going to be on this channel are going to be all her. She's an aspiring TikToker, and she's quite good at it. And he reached out to me, and he's like, "You're hilarious, and your wife is adorable. I love her little Judge Judy impression. She sounds just like her." I go, "That's not an impression. She's lip syncing. She's so good at it that it looks like she's the one doing it. It's coming out of her mouth, but she's just that. Her timing is that impeccable." So, but yeah, she was, and even that didn't cheer her up. She was pissed at me all day yesterday, and I don't know. I even asked her. She was so pissed that she didn't want to hear what I had to say. But I was like, "How else could I have said that?" Because I don't know. Not because I'm trying to be a wise butt, because I don't know how else I could have said. I'm just trying to watch electricity. You want to get into this leasing program, so I had to put money away, and if I had to pay more money for the electric bill, that takes money away from the savings program, for the savings for the leasing program. And I guess today I just wanted to convey that to you, to say just be really careful, be mindful of the things you say before you say them. I guess I could say if I need to tell her this, would this piss me off? And then try and say it. And then if they get upset, say, okay, just be delicate with your words and be considerate. I'm not always that way. I tend to be kind of abrasive, and I don't mean to be that way at all. I guess that's it today. My wife went. I'm not ready to make really, really long videos. Maybe down the road I will. My wife even suggested that I keep them short. The few that I've had that have been 17 to 25 minutes, my wife's like, that's too long. And I'm like, okay, I'll make it shorter. I'll get to the point. But today, I guess today's lesson is be careful what comes out of your mouth and how you say things, because you may be completely meaning absolutely nothing by it, and at the same time, you might really, really upset somebody you really love and care about. And I really love and care about my wife, and when I hurt her, it hurts me. I guess that's it. Feel free to criticize me if you don't like what I had to say. If you want to encourage me, please do so, and do either one of those on the comments, and I'll take them both to heart. And let's vote straight Democrat and get these criminals out of office, because look at what's happening in the news, guys. It's not good. And we're a strong country. We can overcome this. We can overcome. But yeah, it's going to require a very strong political, three-phase political system to fix what the MAGA messed up. And you MAGAs out there, the water's nice. Come on in for a swim. We'd love to have you. Nobody's going to hold it against you. He's a con artist. He's a con. He's a mutt. Like Pacino said, you know, he's a mutt. He's fake. He's stupid. But he's good with his mouth, and he can con people. And I mean, so just keep that in mind. Come on over. Come on in. The water's nice. Okay, guys. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Jesus loves you. Talk to you tomorrow.
We barely had a ride. Friends asked us to describe the people, places, and every last thing. So we unpacked